Hello, this is Chad with ABT, and I'm here to discuss some year-end tax planning ideas. Given that the passage of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in December of 2017 has changed things a bit, here are a few ideas on how best to take advantage of the new law. The biggest change affecting individual taxpayers is the increase of the standard deduction from $6,500 to $12,000 and for single filers and from $13,000 to $24,000 for married couples. What this change implies is that in general, not as many taxpayers will need to itemize their deductions. This is in line with the simplification of the tax filing process. We're not quite to the postcard-sized tax return yet, but we're moving in that direction. However, it leaves one of our great social traditions at a slight disadvantage. Charitable giving is an industry of more than $390 billion a year. In theory, all of these contributions were tax deductible on the return of the giver, and in theory, they still remain tax deductible. However, in practice, for those taxpayers who are no longer able to itemize their deductions, because it is now much higher, the threshold, they will no longer receive any additional tax benefit for their generosity. A strategy that can be employed for taxpayers whose total deductions are near the standard deduction is to strategically group more contributions into a single year. For example, if you would normally give $1,000 to your favorite charity in June of every year, what you can do instead next year is in January, give the $1,000 that you would normally give in June, and then in December of that same year, you can give another $1,000. And in this way, the charity will essentially receive the same amount of money every single year, but the timing difference for you can help push your itemized deductions next year up a little higher, and it could push you over that threshold for itemization. And if you are over the threshold of itemization, then you'll actually receive an additional tax benefit for the contributions that you've made. The same strategy can be employed for other itemized deductions such as healthcare expense and local and state taxes. The more deductible expenses that can be grouped in the same years, the more deductions we can stack together, the larger the tax savings will be. If you're not sure if this strategy will work for you, well, please consult with your favorite tax specialists and they can dive into the details for your particular situation. Thanks for listening, and hasta luego for now.